Billie Eilish pirate Baird O'Connell, a name now known on every stage, in every corner of the world, was once just a quiet girl in a small Los Angeles home, living a life far removed from the spotlight that now constantly follows her. Born into a family of artists with no wealth or luxury, she grew up with creativity in her blood but fear and anxiety in her heart. Her parents, actors and musicians themselves, did their best to nurture her and her brother Phineas, creating a home full of music and art but often lacking in financial security. Billie was homeschooled, which meant her world was small, filled with family, a few friends, and her thoughts. Thoughts that, even as a child, became heavy with the weight of anxiety and depression. Unlike most children her age, Billie carried a dark cloud over her young heart, battling inner voices that whispered she wasn't enough, that she didn't belong, that she was different in all the wrong ways. But Billie didn't let those whispers define her. Instead, she turned to something even more powerful than fear: music. By the age of 8, she was performing in choirs, her haunting voice catching the attention of everyone who heard her. But it wasn't the applause that fueled her, it was the quiet release, the way music helped her express the words she couldn't say aloud. By 11, she began writing songs, pouring her soul into melodies that became her silent conversations with the world. Her bond with her brother Phineas became unbreakable, as they created music together in their tiny bedroom studio, unaware that these moments would someday shape the future of modern music. The turning point came when she recorded Ocean Eyes, a song Phineas had written. It was a simple upload, intended for her dance teacher. Yet within days, it spread across the internet like wildfire. People weren't just listening, they were feeling every word, every note. Suddenly, Billie was thrust into a world she never expected. The world of viral fame, record deals, interviews, and endless eyes watching her every move. But fame didn't wash away her struggles. If anything, it magnified them. The pressures of being a young star, the criticism from strangers, the expectations to always be perfect, all became chains that threatened to pull her down. The dark thoughts didn't disappear just because the spotlight found her. Behind the glamorous photo shoots and screaming fans was still the same Billie, often battling depression, feeling lost, overwhelmed, and sometimes questioning if it was all worth it. But Billie chose something most never dare. She chose honesty. She spoke openly about her mental health battles, refusing to hide behind a fake smile or scripted interviews. She wore baggy clothes not as a fashion statement, but as a shield against judgment and objectification. She refused to let the industry mold her into something she wasn't. She sang about things others were too afraid to say: pain, fear, loneliness, heartbreak. In doing so, she connected with millions who saw themselves in her words, who finally felt understood. Billie became a voice for the voiceless, a symbol of strength for those who felt weak, a light for those trapped in their own darkness. Her authenticity wasn't a brand, it was her lifeline. And as her fame grew, so did her impact. Grammy Awards, sold-out tours, chart-topping hits, all became milestones, but none changed who she was at her core. Even when the world called her a superstar, Billie stayed grounded, reminding everyone that success isn't measured in trophies or followers, but in staying true to yourself, no matter how loud the world tries to change you. She showed that even when you feel broken, even when the weight of the world feels unbearable, you can rise by embracing your truth. Billie turned her deepest wounds into her greatest power, proving that you don't have to be fearless to succeed. You just have to be brave enough to keep going, even when it hurts. She taught a generation that it's okay to struggle, it's okay to feel lost, and most importantly, it's okay to be real. Today, Billie Eilish stands as more than a global star. She's a beacon of hope for millions, a living example that your story, no matter how dark, can become your strength if you refuse to give up. Her journey isn't just about music. It's about resilience, about facing your demons and choosing to sing louder than the noise inside your head. Billie's story is proof that you can start in a small room with a broken heart and still end up on the biggest stages in the world. Not because you're perfect, but because you dared to be yourself in a world that constantly tells you not to be.